How's it going, guys? Matt here, aka General BP. I'm playing some Explorer here and just playing around with a deck. You know me, I like to get a land destruction deck going on, so why not try it in Explorer? The notable strong cards for land destruction, well, of course, there's Casualties of War. This is just an incredibly powerful card that we want to ramp to. And we've also got Creeping Mold, which is also a very strong card. Now, I'm not running a ton of them because, well, I have ways to get them back, like Once and Future and Shigeki, so if we want to recast them, we can. But we've also got things like Bedeck, Bedazzle, which is also land destruction at instant speed, and planeswalker destruction at instant speed, and also creature destruction at instant speed. A surprisingly good card that fits in the land destruction meta. And we are running Ravager Worm. Ravager Worm, well, it's just perfect for a lot of closeouts. You get a big creature, you often get to pop a land if you just haven't been killing their creature land. You save it for the Ravager Worm, or you get to fight something. So that's the land destruction. Now, there's a lot more to this deck. You can see it's got a lot of 1-ofs, a lot of 2-ofs. We're running Cavalier of Thorns. I didn't want to go 4 of these because it's just so heavy in the green and we end up being a 3-color deck. But this card is very strong and it's going to help you close out the game or also just get back more land destruction, more casualties with its ability when it dies. And he also ramps you, which, you know, as you can see with these huge casting costs, we want the ramp always. We got Elder Gargaroth. We're running 1 copy. It's amazing what this card does for your game state. This card is a beast. So, you know, we're playing land destruction. We're going to be weak against a lot of stuff. This, being able to drop this, potentially gain life or draw cards or make more creatures, is going to help us close out games. Return of the Wild Speaker. We're running 1 copy. It's an instant speed buff. We do have the ability to build up a big wide board state with these elves, these fables that make 2 creatures. The Rotting Regisaur can come out early. We'll get to him. Yeah, he's in here too, and he's amazing. All right, but what was I even saying? The point is, Return of the Wild Speaker has some amazing capabilities in this deck. It's kind of high on the CMC, but I think we have enough ramp to pull it off. Ox, kind of a similar story to Return of the Wild Speaker, but this is more. This deck tends to go Hellbent at times, so Ox is just really good for that. Or sometimes you just, you know, sometimes you just got to discard an Ox and he saves you later. Cultivate, we're running some cultivates. I notably went, you know, I could have went like 4 cultivates or 4 beanstalks, 3 beanstalks, but instead I split it up between Balagad, 2 cultivates, and a beanstalk. You know, Balagading up a casualties late game is quite good. In early game, you can just drop it there. Cultivate, I like cultivates, but I don't really like running more than 2, and often I sideboard one of these out for game 2 or 3, and I just have a variety of cards. The main thing in the sideboard, really, guess I'm jumping around a bit, but I'll just say the main thing in the sideboard is the Outland Liberator. Rather than main deck him, I just, you know, if someone's running a bunch of enchantments, it's basically bring in the Liberator time or artifacts. And it just kind of works out really well to counter a lot of decks. And, well, the Reggie, he's the other big thing to talk about. I guess the Fable too. Why is Fable in here, right? Well, let's talk about Reggie. Reggie is an incredible threat. That's why he's in here. All right, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, no question, really. You know, you can see how this deck goes. If you get either flooded out, Fable's great for that. I love the fact that with Fable, you can pretty safely run 23 lands or more and have all this ramp and all these elves. You know, we're a bit heavy on the mana when you consider all of this here, and this is also a land. We're a bit heavy. So we can toss a lot of these lands. Once we get to 6, we don't really ever need more than that. So it's perfect for that. And that's kind of, I guess, the Ox can kind of assist in that too if you got a just handful of lands. But we obviously need a ton of mana to get to all this. And I guess there's another elephant in the room, the Storm, the 2 main decks, Storm's Wrath. I just find it's really necessary against a lot of super aggro-y decks, and there are a lot of them. Just a quick Storm's Wrath can change a game big time, but we can pull those out if we don't need them. And I guess we'll talk a little more about the sideboard. It's not super, you know, I didn't put a ton of thought into it, really. I really like the Llanowar Green Widow against anything with a bunch of flyers. Super great. It's amazing. The Fine Finality, I don't know what I think about this, but it's okay. It seems like it never works out the way I think it will when I put it in my deck, though. Waking the Trolls, I have no idea when I would include this. This always sits in the sideboard. This card is kind of good, but it's just not quite good enough. It's how it always feels. but when it closes out a game, it's amazing and very funny at the same time. So I don't know, there might be some case where we bring it in, but I don't know what it is. Sunder Shamans, they're kind of like more Liberators. I don't think I actually need this many in the sideboard. He's hard to cast. But the thing about him is he's a 5/5. He survives the Storm's Wraths. So if you're bringing in all the Storm's Wraths, you often want to just pop these guys in there too. Because why not? They survive the Wraths. And same with this Warden of the Woods and this Tree Shaker Chimera, which can do wonders in a game. You have no idea. These cards are crazy, but they belong in the sideboard for sure. Anyway, that's enough about the deck. As you can see, I put a lot of love and thought into these decks, and they're very janky, and I love sharing them with you guys. So maybe hit subscribe or like, and I'll see you in the next one too. I'll keep making them if you keep watching them and giving me some kind of feedback. That's kind of the deal, I guess. Here I am talking with 3 subs. 3 lovely subs, though. The most top hat wearing. Alright, I'm just filling time at this point. But for real, I mean it. You're like my solemn simulacrums. You're in every deck. Alright, we got a game. Oh, water's so good. Alright, what's this hand like? We got Elvish Mystic and a Rotting Reggie. Yeah, this is good. This is quite good. I know we can deal. Ooh, look at us. Llanowar, Elvish Mystic. The elf battle begins. I don't have a good feeling about this, I'm going to be honest. He's ramping hard. I don't like going against hard ramp typically. So I think the play is the Reggie here. Have to pay a little life and get it cast out. This is going to force his hand. That's the point of the Reggie. You can't just ignore a Rotting Regisaur for too long. But he's got a Cavalier of Thorns though, so that's pretty good. Okay. I don't know exactly what we're up against, but this deck seems very meta, so might be a bit difficult to beat, especially when we miss that land drop. Sad face. I guess we kill Kiora here or attempt, but without that next land drop, this guy has accelerated beyond our capabilities very suddenly, and we will probably concede the next turn or two. I do want to see more of his deck first, so we do have that reason to continue. This is good. I kind of wanted him to block that until I saw that he grabbed a Storm the Festival. Now I'm not so sure about my choices. Yeah, the thing with Cavalier of Thorns is it's not even legendary. Okay, it just gets another one. Yeah, this deck. So this deck is some variant of the one that is tearing up Pioneer. Pioneer and Explorer are pretty close to the same. I'm actually need to look to tell you more. I think we're going to toss the Once and Future here. We really need to draw a land, or we're just... Now we'll toss the Creepy. Nope, not a land. We are really in trouble. I guess we swing at Kiora again. Just see what this guy does. He's probably just going to loop this Festival, but... You know, what are you going to do? So my hand looked really good, but I was relying on my deck to top deck a land. Once I get to that 4th land with these bindings, it would be pretty okay. Yeah, we're very done here. Okay, he's running Karn, good to know. Old Growth Trolls. This is probably one of our hardest matchups ever, but we can get him if we get to a pretty good start and we pop some lands early on. Definitely need Storm's Wrath. I don't know, let's see here. Not much really helps against this guy, if I'm being honest. We really just need to hit our ramp and get to casualties so quick. I should have put more casualties in here, maybe. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I guess we're just going to go with whatever 61 cards is there. It's fine. Chances are we're not going to win this matchup. And hey, that's just the way it goes sometimes when you're trying these weird things. But we do get to play first this time, so that's big. Get the tempo advantage. And it looks like if I had another red mana, I could play this Fable on turn 2. So we are once again heavily relying on the deck for that red mana, and it provides today. Sweet. Okay, now with this kind of acceleration and getting this token next turn while he's still on turn 2, we could potentially pull ahead. So this is how we win. But the problem is we're drawing garbage. Toss these two, I think. Yeah. It's debatable about that, but hey, it's what we got. It's what we got. Alright, we're gonna just run in 6. That's our best play here. And we could do a plus. Let's do this +1. Actually, we could even do the 0. I kind of like a 0 in this case. Let's put all of our lands. I've never done his 0 before. Actual first time. Put all lands from hand. It is a 2 ramp on turn 3. That's pretty good in this case. Problem is, my last card, that's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Okay. Because we can go Tree Folk. Play this land, just make sure it's bigger. We're going to pay the life. It's fine. And then we can Wild Speaker. Yeah, this should be fine. And draw. I could have almost killed him with this, but I like the idea of drawing a little more. How much do I hit Kiora? Okay, he's got a Cavalier next turn, right? But we can Binding it or something. We'll be all right. I think we ignore Kiora and just try to get his life to 0. That might not be the right choice, but he sees the writing on the wall. We do have the advantage in that matchup. Now he's back on the play. This is the danger situation here. I don't know if we can beat this guy on the play. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we can beat this guy when we're on the draw, I should say. I worded that in a super confusing way, I'm realizing. This is okay. It's a little slow, but at least we can get some mana. Really wish I had a turn 1 elf. The Wolf Willow Haven. Meta is strong here. We just got a forest pass. We're just going to have to bide our time. We're likely going to see the Cavalier. And maybe something bigger. We need at least one more turn to get this binding off. Oh, it's a Voracious Hydra. Alright, it's going to double it up. Oh, that's a 2-shot. Alright. We came, we went, we played a Cultivate. Oh gosh, what are my odds at this point? Let's do Mountain. Mountain's fine. Yeah, so we can kill the Voracious Hydra next turn, but if he plays something else huge, it's just, yeah, we're playing from behind. Come on, whiff. That's not a whiff. Yeah, there's nothing in my deck I can draw that's going to save me from all that. Alright, because here's basically our play. Pop the Hydra. Serve up a blocker. And survive one more turn. Is it even enough? He plays Karn. I forgot Karn was in this format. I should really just put that. I should just be a Karn deck and fetch my land destruction or something. Fetch up God Pharaoh statues on people. Or Great Henges. Okay, I was suddenly realizing how far my deck is behind just because I'm not playing Karn. Alright, let's press this. Let's just walk away. Let's just get out of here. Alright. Alright, so that was a pretty rough game. But if we look at Karn, is he really that good for us? No, not really. But should we be playing God Pharaoh statue? Maybe. It's legal. And it does make things incredibly difficult for our opponents, which is what we want. So yeah, maybe we just pop one of those in there. And I think I need to adjust something else in this deck. I'm just not exactly sure what it is. That matchup just felt really rough. I mean, we have things that could potentially be very good, like Bergie and Clothis, that I'm not really considering. And maybe I'm overvaluing the Rotting Regisaurs. I do like the pressure. Its pressure does win a lot of games. I've won a lot of games just based on literally just playing a turn 2 Rotting Reggie and them not having an answer. But yeah, I guess this deck isn't going to be top tier no matter what we do because, well, it's this goofy land destruction deck. What do you expect, right? But I think we can have some fun with it. So let's just make a few edits. I think I'm going to take out this Ox. Just, yeah, put it in the sideboard. Maybe drop a Sunder Shaman, whatever. I took out both Storms. Let's put in Clothis. I think Clothis might pull some weight here. Like, we could also put in the Bergie, which could pull some interesting shenanigans. I think if we're going to do that, we're going to drop a Fable, though. Or maybe just a Creeping Mold. Yeah, let's do a Creeping Mold. Alright, so why do I have Karn in here? I have no clue. He doesn't do anything for us. Alright, let's put in a second God Pharaoh statue. And that's fine, because if we get, it's legendary, but we can always discard to Fable. Alright, so let's give this a shot. I feel like, in general, if we get a turn 1 elf and we're on the play and we can get off some crazy stuff, turn 2, turn 3, we generally can pull ahead and win the game. And that's just the way these competitive matches go sometimes. You want to go first and try to get that good hand. And if you're on the draw, You gotta make sure you don't get decimated before you get to make your plays, basically. So anyway, I hope these changes help the deck feel a little bit better. I guess it felt fine. Geez, just going against that mono green and getting stomped so hard was really demoralizing. I get it now. I get it now when I was playing in that Legacy tournament and stomped people with Gristlebrand and Villas on turn 1 and 2 and just 2-0'd them so quick. I get why they were like frustrated. I get it now. It sucks to get stomped sometimes, but it's so fun to do the stomping. All right, we're going to play first. This guy's playing Karuga. We got a first turn elf and some 3 CMC stuff. Fable, Bergie into Ravager Worm late. Once in future, I don't know, I guess just to come back. Okay, you know, this is all right. We're going to... we're elf here. I do need a red mana source. Didn't take that into account. So that's not the top deck we needed, but it's the top deck we got. Yeah, it's kind of a real damper on the plan, actually. Maybe should have mulliganed after all. Ravager Worm cannot eat triomes. He loves lands with an activated ability that isn't a mana ability. That's not the land we needed either. I can't cast anything. This hand is awful. After all, just no red mana. Kind of unlucky. A little unlucky. This guy, okay. This is good. We can get a Sky Turtle for an elf. This means this guy is on a slow start, so we are in top deck mode though. Which is okay. His start is not so slow. He's just going to suddenly win the game. That's a Fires of Invention, and we have just drawn another unplayable. Okay. Let's just pretend that game didn't happen. Alright. Let's bring in the Liberators. Let's bring in the Storm's Wrath. Let's bring in these big boys. Let's just bring in everything. Everything but non-red mana. Let's take out some elves. Got a land. Maybe a statue. Maybe a cultivate. It's once and future's not helping. Trim, trim, trim. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, this is looking okay. I said that last time, but this time we actually have all 3 colors of mana. Alright, knowing that he's a Fires of Invention deck, we have to get to casualties ASAP, which we need 2 black, 2 green, and gotta be ready to pop some things. I think I'm gonna toss Reggie. Well, I need to swing with him. I just don't want to discard casualties with him. Screw it, I'm discarding both of these. We're a Tree Shaker Chimera deck now. I don't know why I didn't attack with the Mystic. Interesting. Gonna choose my elf. Okay. Good with that. Okay, we did get the God Pharaoh statue. This is perfect, because we can cast it after making this treasure. And we can follow that with some casualties, and he should be pretty out of this game. Do we hit the Spirit Realm? I kind of want to save up for this Tree Shaker, if I'm being honest. So I think I'm actually just going to pass here. 5, 6. Yeah, we got 6. So next turn we can cast the Tree Shaker. That should close it out. Pretty good. But if he plays a creature or something, or some other permanent, I'm definitely gonna casualties. He didn't play another permanent. Next turn he can play his fires, play something after that. They don't like that. So I think I'm gonna casualties. Just to keep him off it for one more turn. Yeah, let's do it. Enchantment. Land. Enchantment, and we'll get this trio. He could be holding the counter or something. I didn't really think of that. Or Leyline Binding. Hitting the God Pharaoh statue. Okay, very interesting. Now if he plays Fires of Invention, he's got 1 free spell. Probably going to be, what, Omnath? Yeah. Gives him a card. Okay. And ooh, Omnath with Fabled Passage. Don't think he can use his mana, but he's going to gain a bunch of life. Oh, he already gained a life. So now what do I kill with this Binding of the Old Gods? Do I just hit him? Do I hit his fires? Do I hit the Leyline Binding? Yeah, you can cycle with that mana. That's cool. Without paying their mana cost. I think I gotta hit the Fires of Invention, I guess. Does Fires get around the God Pharaoh cost? I'm not even sure. I could just play the Tree Shaker and go for broke. I think I like the idea of killing the Leyline Binding here and getting back my God Pharaoh statue. So we're gonna go for that play. Is it the correct one? Who knows? But I got my toys back. That's all I care about right now. My toys. Sounds really corny. Alright, we can grab... Yeah, we can grab casualties for next turn with Shigeki. That means we gotta swing now. Sure, let's go for it. So that's gonna cost 4 mana to get 1 card. But we can do it in his end step. Grab that casualties. Really kind of grasping at straws at this point. I don't know how I'm going to beat this guy, to be honest. If he just plays certain stuff, I might just lose. But I think we got to get off this next Casualties of War. And I can do that with this play. Another Touch the Spirit Realm on the God Pharaoh statue. Sure. Here we go. It's a Field of Ruin. And with Field of Ruin, he can search up another land. And a Karuga. That's going to fetch him quite a few cards. That's all he can cast for this turn, though. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Bill Murray. Face here. Insert it. He is passing the turn. Okay. We're going to channel this Shigeki. X is 1. Grab this Casualties. And we're going to go to town. Because that's what we do. Binding the Old Gods. A nice little forest there. Could play another forest. I think I'm going to save that for Fable. Discard. We're going to destroy an enchantment, a creature, and a land. We be popping this one. This one, I think. Yeah, he really doesn't like it. This one. This one. Kaboom. I said kaboom. He's making plays. He's getting Omnath triggers. Kaboom. Okay, well, we do have a fresh new land, so yeah, we can swing with this dude. Get a little token action going. He's gonna block, that's fine. We will just play another one. I don't know how I'm gonna kill this guy. He's already at 15 life. We basically need to top deck Casualties of War. I need to put more of these in the sideboard. I forgot to do that. Dryad. Interesting. And there's his 7th land. Why is... Okay, if he's playing a Dryad... Oh, he's also got Agent of Treachery. He's taking Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. Okay, that's not quite what I expected. I thought he would have taken the Godfrey statue or something, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Okay, we pull up a Ravager Worm. No, we're not going to discard those. Does he have any lands that I can bite? Any biteable lands? No, not really. But I can bite the Agent of Treachery. It might be better, yeah, to get my own Kiki-Jiki. Kiki-Jiki is going to be a problem for Karuga or Agent. Yeah, I think we got to bite the Reflections. Let's get a big old counter. Let's fight this. It's got to happen. And these guys got Death Touch, so we'll come in. See what we can do. He's going to lose his Agent. Okay. There's another Omnath. How do I deal with Omnath? I have no clue. This is the reality of brewing jank decks. You go up against things, and you just feel like, how do I ever beat that? And, you know, then you adjust. And if you can adapt your favorite deck enough to the meta where you can beat most of the other meta decks, you might have something. And if you can beat all of them pretty consistently, then you really have something. But that's what I love about this game. Getting to try some unique things. And, you know, this is just a fancy way of saying I lost, basically. And I'm going to go back to the drawing board. All right. I don't know if I should continue this video anymore or not, guys. I'm questioning my life. You know, I actually did quite a bit of climbing with this deck. I was just wrecking people, but now we seem to have gotten to the Meta Masters, or maybe it's because I'm playing on a Friday night and all the cool kids are up trying their Omnat decks and whatnot. I don't know, but I'm questioning a lot of things. Like I feel like I just want to play more Casualties of Wars. I want to copy them. Do we have any sweet copy stuff? Copy spell. What do we got? What kind of options we got? We gotta have something cool. Oh, we got we got double vision. We could double vision out some Casualties of War. How fun would that be? You know, I think I just need to take this deck somehow to the next level. But what is that? How do we really compete with a deck like that Omnath one? We would literally have to like go into some crazy loop that they can't deal with. Is that possible or not? I think it might be. So I guess we're going to have to come back for round 2 on the land destruction after I make some changes. Maybe in a few days. Interact, fellas. Interact. Peace out, people of the internet. I'll be back for more.